The challenge was to take a Vanquish Phoenix straight axle crawler and make it go as fast as possible. And of course, my dumbass decided to make it Nitro. With low expectations, we finally got it running and decided to lean it out. If you haven't, go check out the hour-long documentary where this goes from a stupid idea drawn up digitally to a real-life stupid idea that goes sort of fast.
Miles an hour?
We were actually really skeptical about this particular claim. But we did the math. Have to hit 80,000 RPM to get close to 71 miles per hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good job.
Lock the motor up at the same time.
Oh my god! Yes! I don't know. I don't want to believe it. Okay, this is gonna be me being skeptical. Something must have gone wrong. We've been here the whole time.
The GPS don't lie and the motor is solid rock. It's a chunk of coal.
I would say that LRP engines are the budget Nitro engines, at least when compared to like 8th scale race buggy Nitros, that probably are made with slightly better materials. Especially when talking about the Conrod.
What we need to do is take that head off, and we need to see the carnage.
Investigate. I think the piston
Cooked.
Squeak.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here. For reason I gotta
Pack
go
her
to
up,
bed.
boys. Call it a night.
Yeah, that's done.
LRP does not recommend revving this particular engine past 35,000 RPM. All right, dudes. If you're here, you've seen the Monthly Mayhem speed challenges that we did with Vanquish, Matt from Scale Builders Guild, and Josh from Harley Designs. Yeah. And a bunch of other YouTubers. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. It was, it was a month of mayhem. This is the Nitro engine that was in our entry, and we locked it up. So we were leaning it out, trying to get more RPM out of it. And the thing with just like upon further inspection, what we're noticing is that there isn't a lot of heat. So, I mean, it was a fairly cool day. So I'm assuming that this, cooling fin and all the air that was going through it was doing its job. But what ended up happening, I think, is that, the nature of these, the weakest mechanical link here is the rod. So the conrod, I'm assuming it's the conrod that failed. And the reason, we can look. Ah, yeah. All right. So here you can kind of see the ports. I'm trying to, I can't get it closer to the camera because it'll go out of focus. There we go. Okay, cool. So there you can kind of see, I don't see, maybe that's damage there. I mean, it's hard to see. I mean, with 4K zoomed in. Well, I'm going to use my, actual eyeballs. Yeah, right? It doesn't look terrible. All right, so wicked. Let's get the tools we need. These are really simple machines here. They're really easy. There's not a lot of moving parts going on in here. So I'm going to use my favorite tools. These are, MCD tools. These are the fifth scale company called MCD. And they make some incredibly high quality little drivers, I guess. And they're all kind of like laser etched, so it's like kind of hard to rub any of this stuff off. There's quite a bit of recess there, and they do this all in house. Yeah, and the tips are like incredible. Anyway, so these are the drivers. I'm gonna take the pull starter off first. So there's just like 4 Allen key screws at the back here. And, of course, suck. There we go. That looks like it's in focus one. Okay, drop that one there. So the thing about the pull starts is that nothing really holds these things together once you pull these 4 screws off. There is also like a preload spring between the spool and the like flywheel in the back here. So you just have to be kind of careful that none of these things come apart. So I don't know, I'm not really showing you guys anything there. Let's fix that. Boom here. Oh, just be gentle, be gentle. So you don't want that spool to come out of there, because what'll happen is the spring will just decide to like ba-ching, and then you're gonna sit there and figure out how to wind it, which is not super tough. It's just annoying as all hell. So let's put that over here. You know what's gonna happen with this? I'm gonna knock it off, and then I'm gonna be pa-chinging. So let me put this somewhere out of the way where I'll knock it over later, and that will be funny. All right. Okay, so I believe I don't know much about these motors. Oh, look. Oh shit, look at that. Oh, it's the one-way bearing. That makes sense. Okay, so this is a one-way bearing. This is what lets us like start the engine. So when you pull the pull starter, it will turn the motor. But once the motor starts, it needs to keep turning. So that's where that one-way bearing goes. Is the engine can keep turning while the pull starter stopped. All right, so I'm gonna take these 4 bolts off. I wonder what's in there. Like I said, I think it's the rod that decided to shit the bed, probably at super high RPM. I think that's what happened, because basically we were doing a pull and it ran out of fuel, and it was already pretty lean on the top end, and it was at like pinned throttle, which these apparently, according to Mark, these LRP motors do not like to live wide open throttle like at all. Like these are really kind of torquey, low to mid end. Apparently, this is my understanding. I just let me know in the comments if that's correct or not, because like let's be real, I don't know anything about this, and that's kind of stupid. But this is how you learn, right? And I know that Nitro is dying. It's a dying breed. So it would be kind of interesting to try to create some buzz around it again, and before it totally decides to no longer be a thing. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you guys think that Nitro is dead forever? All right, let's see what happens. Are you guys ready for this? Just gonna pull this out. Let's see what happens. Oh, no way. Hold on, I can't really. Oh my God. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna get some close-ups of this right now. Oh my God. Yo, dudes. This might actually be a repairable engine. Oh, wow. How did that happen? That's insane. I've never seen that before. Okay, dudes, I gotta pause the video. We're gonna send a photo to Mark for fun. There you go. That's better. Look at that. All right, so this is like that one-way bearing. and you can kind of see where the crank kind of interfaces. So I think there's kind of like a bearing there. I mean, at least this is a good example of that I don't think we actually overheated the engine. So this engine may have been okay. It was just that we were spinning it too fast. I think this is, you read about sort of the weak points of these engines, and everybody kind of mentions the Conrad. So yeah, that doesn't look. But I guess now it's like, did we seize the piston? All right, so let's keep tearing this engine down. Grab my MCD driver right here. If you guys want a set of these, then go visit cardinalracing.com. He sells these as well as other really cool kind of boutique high-end RC cars. Okay, I don't want to like strip this, so I don't know what everybody's procedure is, but mine is just to sort of tighten a little bit and then loosen a little bit and tighten a little bit and kind of work your way until it decides to pop, which it just did. So that's nice. Let's do the other 4. I don't know if you guys can kind of, this is probably a better look. Okay, that one went too. I'm just kind of unscrewing a little bit. I'm getting all kind of 4 going. There's no order to this chaos on disassembly. I don't feel like that's a necessary. There's no spring to any of this. There's really no moving parts here. These things are just kind of stuck together with 4 bolts. All right, let's see here. LRP. RIP LRP. All right, there's one head bolt. I'm kind of an idiot right here for doing it this way. There we go. Okay, so let's not ruin the surprise just yet. Let's look at the head first. All right, so I'm just gonna put that there. Oh yeah, I guess that doesn't show you anything. This is just like a perfectly good cooling head. So yeah, that's mint still. We can use this on the other LRP that we have that is locked up. But locked up in the sense that it's just been sitting for a long time with a bunch of after-run oil that's taken its toll, I guess. Or not taken its toll, just kind of hardened up over time. All right, I don't even know if does this pop open? Yeah, it does. Oh, I can feel it. All right, so this is going to pop off. The glow plugs on top. You can see there's the copper kind of, I want to call it a head gasket. But I guess it's just the, main head gasket. You can see the glow plug in there. It looks also still fine. If you zoom in here, let's, that's like a chunk there. I'm trying to keep it in focus. This camera does have pretty good macro, but we're at the end of it. So it's like right there. In 4K though, it looks pretty good. I'm sure it looks good. All right, so we'll just put this down. You can kind of see all the oil and kind of dirt, I guess. All right, cool. Let's look at the piston. All right, you can still see A1 there. So I guess where we'd be looking for serious damage is on the exhaust port side, I believe, is probably the hottest place. That's probably where it gets the hottest, is like right there. And it's interesting that it locked up kind of halfway through its stroke. So I'm assuming what ended up happening was the rod let go, and it just kind of jammed. Yeah, so I bet you we can get this to move. You know, you think it's sucking in some sand or something? Or is that just metal? Okay, I'm gonna wipe it with my finger. We're gonna see what it is. Be fair, I don't really see, like, maybe my untrained eye. So maybe you can see a little bit of wear there at the top. But that's the intake side, so that's not the hot side. Let's see if the other side has any weird scoring. All right, let's see. No, I mean, All right, so you can see all the ports. Like, I wonder if that's like common, where they like lock up right kind of in the middle of all the intake ports. Anyway, okay, let's see if this piston will move. Oh, yeah, that piston is fine. Look, watch. It's gonna go up. Look. There it goes. Here, should we pull it out? Let's pull it out. That'll be fun. Oh, it's not happy. It is not happy. I don't know how we're gonna get it out. Oh, I got it. Oh, and it came out with the sleeve. Okay, I'm gonna pull this whole thing out. We can look at kind of like, oh, Jesus. Okay, let's put this over here. You know, that means this is like 100% rebuildable. I don't know how much you can tell from the outside of this copper sleeve. Also, we can go in closer. All right, I'm gonna like... Oh no, it kind of got... Oh no, there we go. All right, so... Are we going to be able to tell? All right, so... Oh, there, that skirt's all... Is that broken? No, that's... Oh no, I can see where it broke. See? Oh man, can you see that? Okay, so it broke, made contact here. I'm assuming the crank pushed it right there, right into the piston. Wow, look at the carnage. But I mean, it's not so... Oh shit, right, of course I should show. We should look at how banana shaped this freaking thing is. That's crazy, man. Look at that. Oh man. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun to break things and take them apart and look at what happened. So, you know, you live and you learn. But it does seem like this is an actual rebuildable engine. Like I feel like all we need to do is buy these. Hopefully, there's no other damage to the actual block itself. The block itself seems, you know, like fine. The bearing in the front has no like... Oh, there's chunks. Hold on, wait. Let's get this chunks out for a sec. Here. Oh, okay, we'll look at that. Oh. I think that's the bottom of the piston there. There's another part in here. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, so this is the bottom of the connecting rod, or the rod. That's the missing part from there. That's incredible. Maybe we'll do this guy. Oh, I guess it hit. That's where it hit the rod and bent the rod. Oh, wow. And you can see the kind of the copper inside. So that's the bearing. So this is the bearing. Let's see if we can look at it a little bit better. No, I don't think. Yeah, so that's the bearing. So it's made of copper. It's like sandwich copper, or there's copper in the center, and it's aluminum on the outside. And it's supposed to get oiled. There's a little tiny hole. I don't know if you guys can see that little tiny hole there. Yeah, so that little tiny hole is what oils, what keeps everything kind of happy. It looks like it's spun. Looks kind of like a spun bearing, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody ever spin a Nitro bearing? We should take a look at the crank and see if there's any damage, because that rides directly on the crankshaft, which you can see there. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'll move the camera a little bit. All right. Jeez. Okay, look at that. Like, we'll probably have to pull it apart in order to see. I mean, there's nothing crunchy about it. I don't know, it looks pretty good. Anyway, that's as far as we're going to take it apart on this episode of kpopRC. But yeah, looks like we can revive this. I'm pretty sure this is not a dead engine. We just need to rebuild it. So let's just do that. We can do that. That's easy. And then I'm going to look for more teeth on the pinion. We're going to definitely upgrade that clutch. And we're going to look for a smaller tooth spur gear on the receiving and transmission side of this gear. So that should give us a better top speed ratio. And for those of you dudes who were saying that, go electric, which is understandable because it's a thing. It totally is a very awesome, quick, simple thing to get your RC car to go quickly. These particular, speed runs with RC are as old as RC is. The fastest RC cars, maybe to this day even, are Nitro, but with the string, where they hold the string and it does in a circle. I believe those are the ones that hold the record. And there were guys in the 80s, late 80s, all through the 90s that were using these for RC speed runs. And there's some pretty amazing pictures on the internet of guys with 4 Nitro engines, running 2 pinions, 4-wheel drive, long pencil, high-speed RC car, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so I think this is kind of neat. And it doesn't look like we did too much damage. I'm just hoping that... Yeah, I'm just hoping that we didn't mar up the crank, where that piston rod attaches to the crank. That's what I'm the most worried about. Because if there's anything off there and you're going to rebuild this motor, it's just going to vibrate itself to pieces at 35,000 RPM. That's basically normal operating RPM for these engines. Anyway, if you like this and you want to see more, let me know in the comments. If you like this Nitro stuff, I'm so new to it, so you're looking at the eyes of a noob with this particular thing. We got Baja stuff coming. We've got Savage X brushless that's coming. It's just a whole bunch of stuff on kpopRC that's happening. RS200 build, whole bunch of stuff. So don't forget to subscribe, especially if you want to see this thing get revived. So support your boy, man. Definitely subscribe if you're watching, and thumbs up the video. It really helps out. And if you really want to help out, visit kpopRC.com. Pick yourself up some merch. It's really helpful. You know, it helps keep me doing this stuff because it really doesn't make any money. Like this really doesn't. Anyway, we're going to end it with this. Look at this. Man, we took it out. That's a, I don't know. I want to like wear it around my neck or something. Maybe, you know, hang it somewhere. Maybe I can make a ring out of it. You know? Heck yeah, brother. I'll melt some pistons up in her. All right. Cheers to beers, boys. See you guys on another one. Boom.
The